Public service announcement.
Come on, it's time for lunch! Before anyone can relax, the wow, I was about to say catastrophe. Cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Set up and tell them, you're on! A little theatrics, just these two was off the charts. You're on! Bit of a lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. I have to wipe the tables with you two fools before I set my lunch down. Down on it. So, wait, what? Count me in. I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down. Then, so be it. Oh, I have to wipe the tables down because they wipe the tables down with them before I set my lunch down. So be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool. Oh man. I like your gumption, Mr. Tickles. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Oh shoot! Timer ready. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about! Oh! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope this message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. Oh my gosh. I can't tell what Aeshleigh's voice would be, because like sometimes she's trying to be nice, so she's trying to like woo it's Colonel Sanders, and other times she's just like, I'm gonna destroy you. And then she's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna like destroy you. I'm like, okay. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Oh, boys, 100 degrees Celsius. That's right! But how would you have gotten that into the school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my fairy belly! Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know... Oh, it's not him speaking. You want to need to season just before. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices do you say you used? 11. That's right! You might not know the ingredients yet, but you've at least headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Oh, tail wagging intensifies! Now that you've got some basic steps going on, it's time to elevate your craft. What's the sense? What mine? Most flavor? Gratitude! That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Aeshleigh's simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. Oh, 8. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now, this big time energy, where's it come from? Small town where big dreams, deep. Small town, big dreams. That's right. This is your shot. You got it. Okay. Ow! Try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What's this? Success? Silence, bubbling, sizzling. Sizzling! Ah! Don't make me get the spray bottle! Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Mr. Martini. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy does filtration? Oh! What do you think you might reckon in competition? You're stranded in a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focusing on the challenge? You're falling behind! What does that have to do with the question? The crafting spectacular fried chicken? I don't... Woof, woof! You're really struggling to keep up. I'm struggling. At the next station over, Aeshleigh's already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a standard mixer. As you do, the crowd Oh, that was Clank. Yikes. I know you love... I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands. Mr. Martini does have... wait. Why do I mess up her so much? You might not have any hands, but Mr. Martini does. And a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand to the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Mr. Martini, no! But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stops. Everyone stop what you're doing now! This battle is over! It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aww, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Mr. Martini's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavors that taste good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Mr. Martini to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, would you mind lending me your strong, steady hand? Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly? Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Aeshleigh? Oh, you, hee. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Aeshleigh leans over and whispers something in his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize your rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Aeshleigh. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes. You're back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement. It's also functional. I will save that flavor for later. I messed up. How far back will this take me? Could that have happened at so many other points and it didn't? All the way back here? Internalize rage. Your rage burns so intensely with your eyes that you burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and shamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you turn and run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. At the sight of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Aeshleigh are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from not running with the mixer, that small fire. And that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to be to fill your fire. I'll never be a master chef.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
Failure is part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed at as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I failed even as a mule herder. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie, and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring the joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as you mentioned, as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. It's a spork monster. Oh, battle scarred from last night. You prepare for the worst. It's a spork monster! Spork monster. Gorko. The spork monster. Oh.
Gorko the spork monster is here to fight a fight!
Oh, fight hero.
Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu?
I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night.
That was Gorko, my twin. And I, Gorko, am here to avenge him!
Are you stronger than Borko?
Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you even ask?
Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. He says that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Mr. Martini is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life is too short for making enemies.
I suppose. We really don't need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws.
All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all?
Of course I do.
Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this! You toss a biscuit in Gorko's open mouth, and he devours it in one gulp!
Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today.
I don't believe it. You were human once?
Well, no, I was a chihuahua. But I still a student at this school, until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spellbook?
Precisely. Burko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you respect it. You're a powerful chef. You shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who will cheat through the sorcery of Gali. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there.
It sounds like there were some bad cooks in the kitchen. For life, Mr. Martini, together, and I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway, and we can discuss. Personal invite? You can imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. It sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Colonel Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there's something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, both perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? Reveal it. He told me a secret, one of his spices. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent. Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire the taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be a perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item radiates memories and emotions. Just tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. This must be where he keeps his secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 1111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Canned chicken is prepared style. Tap on items, discover things about the Colonel. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. You pick it up and realize isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, the true state bird of the great state of Kentucky. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window and crack... window crack and the ghost of sudden swept out with a breeze. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cherishing them. Wait, cheersing them. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap and I discover more. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded. Am I right? The photo appears to be the Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovers one of his secret herbs and spices. Take a closer look at the urn sitting next to the pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. When you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, here lie the ashes of my past careers and business failures. Poor guy. A scented candle you pick up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the scents of the recipes. It's... A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's made up of spun silver. Alright. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take off one of its hangers and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders turning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. Try to act casual until he asks you why he's wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap! The jacket! You forget to take it off. You decide now is your moment to make a big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth? I'm cold. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots closer to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Mr. Martini? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. I fell asleep at his place.